Today on the Bass Channel, we're checking out the Scylla compressor from Joyo. Now, we realize that on YouTube especially, with all of the codecs involved in publishing a video, it's not always easy to hear the nuances between different compressor signals. So what we've done is we're going to show you the compressed signal as well as the dry signal in terms of the waveform. So if you can't hear the differences very obviously, at least you might be able to see what this compressor is doing. I'll say right off the bat, one of the things to note about this compressor is simply that look at all these controls. This is a lot more flexible and customizable compression signal than many compressors these days, especially in the budget realm. So I'm going to go through the knobs and we'll talk a little bit about them. Right off the bat, the knobs at the top, the chrome ones, are input over here, output over here. What does that mean? Well, basically, the input knob is the input gain, the gain being pushed into the compressor. The output is, you can think of it as makeup gain, or basically adjusting how loud the final signal is when it's coming out of the pedal. That's more traditional because, you know, output knobs are on a lot of pedals, but when you have an input knob and an output knob, it's important to note the difference between those two gain stages. The four tiny knobs underneath, these little trim pots, are kind of the rest of the features that you'd expect in a full-blown compressor. You've got a ratio knob, an attack knob, a release knob, and a tone knob. Now, I'm going to start from the right. The tone knob is just dark to bright, like your typical tone knob on anything else. The middle knobs are attack and release. These adjust how fast the compressor clamps down or lets go of your signal. So typically, you know, faster attack and release times will absolutely have a more noticeable effect than gradual attack and release times. And the leftmost knob, the one that might be most impactful for compression, is the ratio knob. And basically, it's a continuous knob. It's not like a selection of different predetermined ratios. You can go all the way from absolutely minimal compression all the way up to basically brick wall limiting with this nice little continuous trim pot. The sync switch on the back of the pedal controls the operation of the ambient mood lighting that you see on the top and bottom surfaces. You can have those be always on, always off, or have them operate in sync with the foot switch operation on the front of the pedal. So, now you know what it is, what it does, and you've heard a little bit of how it sounds. All that's left to do really is to wrap it up and say thank you very much to Joyo for sending us these pedals to review. And if you want to buy one for yourself, check the links down below. Of course, like and subscribe and become a channel member if you'd like to help us out a little bit every month. Every penny helps. So thank you very much. And yeah, for the Bass Channel, I'm Dave. See ya.